You are going to be going over some information on a practice test that will help you this week in testing. Make sure you log into Google Classroom and click on the link called Practice Test Information. Underneath it, there is just the word link. Please click on that. It will take you into the CMAS Practice test. Scroll down and we are going to click on English Language Arts Literacy and grade 6. Let us click then on item set number 1. To get in, you will just click on start because we're just going to go in as guest. And then click start. Before we go in and go over some of the questions, let's just review some of the features. If you look at the top part of the window, you have some different tools that you can use. The arrow tools navigate between questions. See, now I'm in question 2 of 13. Now I'm in question 3 of 13. You can use these to go back and forth if you feel you need to skip a question and go back later. The review button shows you all the different questions, and it will show you what questions are not answered, which right now all my questions are not answered. I can also click on a question in review, a question number, and it will take me to that question in the interface. So here's another way of navigating around the questions. A bookmark, you can bookmark a question if you want to go back and take a look at it, if you're not sure of your answer, or you want to review it later. And when I click on review, it'll now show that question 1 is bookmarked because you have the bookmarking icon. So like I said, you could use the bookmark to bookmark questions that you either skip and you want to go back to, or something you want to review and go back to. The pointer is just like the selection tool. When you want to answer a question, use the pointer and you click in the circle to answer the question if it's multiple choice. Notepad is, for some reason you wanted to take notes. My suggestion, you could use the notepad while you are reading the passage. If there's any important points you want to take out of the passage, that could help you answer the questions. So this is for notes if you want to pull out any ideas. The answer eliminator does what it tells you to do. It eliminates an answer. So a good thing with multiple choice, a lot of time if you're not sure of the answer, is to eliminate the answer that you know is not correct. So if you want to do that, you can click on the X and you can click on an answer that you know is not correct, and it crosses the answer out for you. So you know, well, these are the only 2 answers I am possibly looking at. That's what the answer eliminator does. Now let's take a look at the 3 different types of questions you will see on the English Language Arts part of the test. The first question, some of the questions will be multiple choice. You will always have a passage to read. Over on the left side, there is a scroll bar within the passage where you can scroll down to read the different sections. I will remind you, you can click on the notepad and use that to take notes as you're reading the passages. On the right-hand side are the answers. For multiple choice, simply click in the circle of the answer you think is correct. Remember, you can use the answer eliminator to do process of elimination. If you're not sure of the correct answer, you can cross out the answers you know are incorrect to help you narrow down your answer. Another type of question you will see are choosing something and dragging and dropping. For example, this one says move one detail from each passage that supports the answer to part A into the box. So you're looking at part A and what your answer was and finding the detail that supports your answer. So all you have to do says one detail from each passage. So we have the stripes will survive as one passage and the zoos go wild with one passage. When you find the support that you think supports your answer in part A, simply click on the support and drag it down and place it in the box below. You need to see the answer in the box. It's going to allow me to take one from each side. Okay? Make sure you read the question carefully to know what it is asking you to support. The last type of question you will be answering is a constructed response. Make sure you read the directions carefully to see what it's asking you to do. In this case, it's asking you to compare and contrast the three texts that you have read and use evidence to support the claim. It's very important that you use evidence from the text in your responses. Here's where you'll type your response. It works just like Google. If you need to bold something, you can highlight and bold. You can italic, you can underline. Do not do these things unless it is necessary. If there is a reason that you want to write a bulleted list, you can type your items in, highlight them, and make it a bulleted list or a numbered list. This arrow also is undo, just like in Google, and it will undo the last things that you did. Most importantly, probably is spell check. Make sure you check your spelling. If you do spell a word wrong, it will, this is my underline it. If I check spelling, it says spell check complete, and I'm sorry about my red underline. That is my add-on called Grammarly that I use. Underneath are dotted lines. That's how you know a word is spelled wrong. So if I click on the word, it gives me options. Okay. Notice when I spell the word and I'm just typing, it does get the red underline. Sorry, that is my computer. It doesn't have the little dotted lines. You have to click on spell check and then you will see the dotted lines underneath, and then you can click and fix your spelling. So unlike Google, it doesn't underline things as you're spelling them wrong. You have to check your spelling. So do not go to the next question or say you're finished until you've checked your spelling. And those are basically the basics of the English language test. Yes, I do want to stop. Fuck off.